Hi everyone, welcome back to the Roofers Coffee Shop soundstage. My name is Karen Edwards. We are live at the CertainTeed Business Builder Workshop at Lone Depot Park in Miami, Florida. And I am sitting here with Josh from CompanyCam. Welcome.
Hey, how are you?
Good. So for those who don't know, please introduce yourself, tell us who you are, what you do, and what CompanyCam actually is.
Yeah, absolutely. So I work for CompanyCam. My name is Josh. I am a sales rep for the southeast of CompanyCam's outbound division. And CompanyCam is a documentation tool for contractors, built for and by contractors, mostly focusing on photo documentation. So our punchline is, pics or it didn't happen.
Yeah, you hear that so often. And I tell you what, we talked to a lot of contractors today. There's like 500 contractors here. It's an incredible event. And is this your first time experiencing a business builder workshop?
Yes, it is.
What are your thoughts?
It's so exciting. I was just having a class, at least one of the two classes that I had, where everybody was just telling us, what their challenges are, what they see in the industry, like lots of nitty-gritty responses about how they use the app, whether they use it or how they could use the app that we do today. And you learn a lot from these people. They have such a wealth of knowledge about the industry.
Yeah.
I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah, so we talked to a lot of contractors today on our interviews, and several of them mentioned CompanyCam being a game changer for their business because of that documentation. I mean, you're probably hearing that a lot today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you hear a lot about people talking the documentation because the problem isn't when you're taking the photos or not. Everybody takes photos.
Right.
It's having access to the photos in real time, having access to the photos all the time, right? So instead of taking photos on the phone, you take the photos inside a CompanyCam, and then you actually have access to them in order to see what happened on the job, see what your contractors are doing, see, how you're performing or how the job's performing, or have proof for insurance. All those things kind of change the dynamic of issues that would usually come up inside of a job that no longer do because you have that documentation.
Yeah, so talk a little bit about how CompanyCam integrates into some of the tools that contractors might already be using.
Absolutely. So I am actually right next to two of the tools that we integrate into, which is Project Mapit and Jobber. Jobber is a CRM. So it's a very common thing for contractors or roofers is to use a CRM in order to track their jobs. The challenge that most of them have is that they have to upload the photos into the CRM. The photos don't live inside of a CRM like that. So instead, we integrate into the CRM. You take your photos, your documentation, your reports inside of CompanyCam. It automatically pushes back inside of the CRM. So you still get to have the benefit of using the CRM like Jobber.
Yeah.
But you can do all the easy stuff within CompanyCam.
Yeah, because like you said, we all take photos. The problem is, how do I get them into the other application where they need to be? Wow, yeah, and I know that contractors are more, especially the folks that come to an event like the Business Builder Workshop, they're looking for solutions. They're not afraid to ask questions and implement things that, maybe they didn't know about you. What kind of questions are people wanting to know? What kind of conversations are you having?
There are a lot of good questions came from the classes that we're teaching from people that aren't using it currently. Some of the questions are like, what is the difference between you and OneDrive or SharePoint, or what is the difference between you and a CRM, or why can't I just keep doing what I'm doing inside of my phone and just emailing it back and forth? And really what it comes down to is not is this going to change your life because you're taking photos? Maybe not, but you're removing barriers for your people in order to take those photos to give yourself more documentation, or you actually have access to those things now instead. So questions come up like those things, and it's like, well, the difference really is you're taking 1, 2, 3, 4 steps out of the equation and making it easier for your guys, or making it easier for your roofers who after a long day of standing on a roof, don't want to go home and upload photos.
Right? Now, talk a little bit about, are your photos geolocated? Are they date and time? Like, what kind of data comes within those photos?
Absolutely, a great question. So they're all geotagged, time-stamped, user-stamped. You know who did it, when they did it, and how they did it. And on top of that, you have access to all that inside of the app. And there's one other thing that you said. What was it? What other data? Oh, there's metadata. There's metadata as well within the photos.
Yeah.
So even if you're taking the photos outside of the app, or say in offline mode, which we also have access to because we know there's remote regions where you're not going to have access to internet, metadata will still pull the date, time, and timestamp of those photos.
Yeah.
So you still know when they did it, how they did it, and everything else. And that's really important when it comes to something like insurance, right? For you to be able to prove when or how something was taken.
Right. Yeah. It's like, nope, that photo really was taken at this location at this date and time. Yeah, that's powerful. A lot of power in data.
Exactly.
So how does it work? Do you pay per user? Do you have a subscription model? How does it work for a contractor?
Yeah, absolutely. So all of our packages start at 3 users. There's tiers for each one. So something like a base model where it's photos and documentation and nothing else, that would be a pro model. And then you have AI functionality, which would be premium. And then everything beyond that would be elite. So essentially it's a subscription, kind of like Netflix, where you're paying per user per month. And then there's other things you can do, like pay annually in order to get a price break.
Discounts.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So you kind of work with the contractor to help customize the best plan that's going to meet their needs.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, if somebody doesn't need something or does need something, we'll be pointed with them, right, and say, hey, this is going to be a huge benefit to you, or hey, this is going to be a huge benefit to you.
You don't really need it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, because there are companies out there that will try to take you for everything, whether you need it or not.
Right.
So, but you are a CertainTeed vetted vendor, right? So that right there, having that kind of seal of approval really helps contractors understand that they don't have to worry. They're going to work with you. You're going to treat them right and do them right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow. So what are your takeaway thoughts from this event? You said you're a baseball guy. You told me earlier. What's it been like being inside with this kind of access?
Oh, well, this is my first time in Miami. So not only is that really cool, but like my first time at the field, obviously. I've never been to a Miami Marlins game in Miami. And then to see the field behind us, obviously, is so fun. The field behind me at my booth is so fun. I've been taking pictures all day. We walked out there and I immediately was like, wow, this is so awesome. I'm such a huge baseball guy. I just want to break into the team store and get something.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's been fantastic. CertainTeed does a great job putting these events on, finding these fun venues. So thanks for being here to talk to us. Yeah, it was so nice to chat with you. And we hope we get to do it again because we want you guys to come on the coffee shops and join in the fun.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching. This might be our last video of the day, so we are glad that you were with us today, and we hope that you got as much out of this event as we did being here. We'll see you next time.